Good evening. I'll order this meeting of the Winston-Salem City Council and ask the City Secretary to call the roll, please.
Councilmember Light.
Here.
Councilmember Clark.
Here.
Councilmember Bessie.
Here.
Councilmember Montgomery.
Here.
Councilmember Burke.
Here.
Councilmember Adams.
Here.
Councilmember McIntosh.
Here.
Councilmember Taylor.
Present.
Thank you very much. Would you join the City Council and me for a moment of silence? Thank you. Would you join the City Council and me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our Sergeant at Arms tonight is Lieutenant Krista Long. Lieutenant, thank you for being with us tonight. May we have the first resolution?
Resolution honoring the 2015 Outstanding Women Leaders. Whereas the month of March is Women's History Month, and whereas according to the National Women's History Project, it is important to share the stories of individual women because they reveal exceptionally strong role models who share a more expansive vision of what a woman can do. The stories of women's lives and the choices they made encourage girls and young women to think larger and bolder, and give boys and men a fuller understanding of the female experience. Knowing women's achievements challenges stereotypes and upends social assumptions about who women are and what women can accomplish today. And whereas this year's honorees who exemplify these characteristics are Camille Banks Payne, District Court Judge, Christy Respite, YWCA CEO, Daisy Rodriguez, Director of Childhood Hunger Programs at Second Harvest Food Bank, Patrice Toney, Budget and Management Analyst for Forsyth County, and Carrie Vickery, Attorney at Holton Law Firm. And whereas the hard work and accomplishments of all women are valued and appreciated by the Mayor and City Council and the citizens of Winston-Salem. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Winston-Salem City Council approve honoring the aforementioned 2015 Outstanding Women Leaders and wish them much success as they continue their efforts in leading the next generation of women leaders.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
That is unanimous. We had the pleasure of recognizing these wonderful women leaders just a few minutes ago. And as I said then, I'll say again, we thank you for your service to Winston-Salem. You make our city a much better place. And I'd like to recognize Councilmember Burke, if I could comment, and Councilmember Adams, and Councilmember Light, who've been leading this effort.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, members of the council, and all of us who are here, whether we're here at this chamber or at home. It is so wonderful to have this opportunity to congratulate these ladies and to thank you for what you do to make a difference for our city. Also to say that we have a progressive group of women sitting on the council, and we believe that women should be recognized and show the appreciation to them that they deserve. We're grateful to you, and may God continue to bless you.
Councilmember Adams?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just want to let you know again, we appreciate everything that you do, but we mostly, appreciate your families for allowing you to do everything that you do in this community to help make it what it is today. What I ask and challenge each and every one of you is continue to do great things. No matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, just continue to do great things and to make our world a better place.
Councilmember Light?
Again, my apologies for being late, but I do want to add my congratulations to you, all of you, well deserving of the honor. So congratulations again.
Councilmember Taylor had a comment?
Thank you, Mayor. I am the first man to speak, I see. But I missed the ceremony a little bit earlier. But ladies, I do want to say thank you for your commitment and dedication to our city. I truly believe that you are some of the finest women leaders in the state of North Carolina and even the United States of America. And I'll tell you how I believe that. If you look around in any nonprofit, any law office, any community organization, neighborhood association, you're going to see a majority of women leading the charge. And I recognized that a couple of years back. So again, to you and to all of the women, we say thank you for what you do to help our city to be a better place to live, work, and relax.
Councilmember Bessie.
I'd just like to add my thanks to these leaders for your good work in our community. I know of all of your work by reputation, and I know several of you personally, and have had the opportunity to work in support of your good work for our community, and want to again thank you on behalf of all my constituents and the citizens of Winston-Salem.
Thank you all. Next resolution, please.
Resolution recognizing Winston Lake Senior Golf Association's 27th Public Golf Tournament, the Blaylock Tournament. Whereas the Winston Lake Senior Golf Association had its inception more than 30 years ago on February 10, 1984, and whereas the aforesaid organization was founded to pursue notable objectives complementary to the City of Winston-Salem in the sport of recreational and competitive golf among senior golfers, and whereas the democratic ideal promoted by the Winston Lake Golf Association is represented by its membership comprised of seniors 50 years of age and above of various professions and lifestyles, and whereas the tournament is the 17th annual James E. Blaylock Senior Golf Tournament, named in memory of James E. Blaylock and recognizing he and his family's dedication to the association, and whereas the Winston Lake Senior Golf Association is generous with its resources and attentive to the needs of the community. Proceeds from the Blaylock Tournament provide high school scholarships, support the YMCA, junior golf, as well as other organizations. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and City Council of the City of Winston-Salem do hereby designate May 7th through 8th, 2015, the dates of Winston Lake Senior Golf Association's 27th Public Tournament, the Blaylock Tournament, as Winston Lake Senior Golf Association Days in Winston-Salem.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. I'd recognize Councilmember Montgomery for the presentation. I believe Mr. Anders Nelson is here, and his associate is here as well.
I'd like to thank the council for giving us this opportunity. I also like to thank the people in the background, Mary Ann and her staff, for walking us through the process. I caused them a lot of problems, but they got me through it. So I'm glad to see that the glue still works down here. You know, the councilman is the little Indians, but the glue keeps everything together. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. Next item, please.
I'm sorry. United Way.
Sorry, excuse me, Councilmember Montgomery.
Yeah, I just wanted to make one comment in reference to the Senior Golf Association. I just want to make one comment on it. Just to say, again, on behalf of our community, we say thank you to you all for the service that you all have given our community up until this time. For what we see at Winston Lake Golf Course, what I believe is one of the most gorgeous golf courses in our community, but is also the community that is created by those who come and use the golf course, and what the commitment that you all have dedicated to our community, I think, is outstanding. Now, I have a few years to work on my golf game before I'm eligible to join the Senior Golf Association. But at that time, I will be seeking membership in the Senior Golf Association. So I got a little time to work on that, and I'm going to ask Councilman Adams to help me work on that a little bit as well. But again, thank you for all that you do.
Councilmember Burke and then Councilmember Adams.
Earlier, since you talk about senior, Mrs. Neilma Jones, she has hit two, what you call it?
Hole-in-ones.
And she was here earlier. She's a great golfer. I want to say at our trustee board meeting at Winston-Salem State University on Friday, they're going to have a golf tournament, and they say it's a very nice billboard talking about it, and they praise the way in which the Winston Golf Course is. And to the city manager and to Mr. Grant, we appreciate all the efforts of the staff in working to make this a very nice place for people to go.
Councilmember Adams.
Thank you. I just want to say again, thanks to the Winston Lake Senior Golf Association. For a lot of people that don't know, they mentioned just a couple of the things that they do for the organization and the community, but they are very much involved in young people's lives out there at Winston Lake. And I'm not talking about just the first tee. I'm talking about the Ernie Morris Golf, and even some of them volunteer with the Vic Johnson Golf Association at Reynolds Park. Again, just want to thank you guys for what you do. I used to play in the Blaylock when you had some women's flights, and I used to win, but now you don't. But again, I commend you for carrying on this tournament for as long as you have. It is, to me, one of the premier golf tournaments, amateur golf tournaments in the state. So again, thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing you at Winston Lake Golf Course.
Thank you.
Okay. Women will.
All right.
Okay.
We have the next item, please.
United Way of North Carolina's Spirit of North Carolina Award to the City of Winston-Salem.
We're certainly so proud of our employees. This year we were recognized by United Way, and we asked Evan Raleigh to tell us more about this award.
Yes. Good evening, Mayor Joins, members of City Council. I got some really good news for you tonight. Each year, the United Way of North Carolina presents the Spirit of North Carolina Award to organizations around the state who have sponsored a kind of an outstanding United Way annual campaign. And I'm happy to announce that this year, for the 2014 campaign, the City of Winston-Salem was a recipient of a Spirit of the North Carolina Award. And I want to tell you a couple of reasons why we won that award. Last year, more than 1,600 employees contributed to the campaign. It's nearly 70% of our workforce, which is 60% higher than the previous year, and more employees than we've ever had contribute to the campaign. We raised more than $164,000 to support the United Way of Forsyth County, which represents the most money we've ever raised. And the Moonlight Madness 5K, which many of you have participated in, eclipsed $50,000 in contributions to our campaign in just 4 years. So the United Way of North Carolina saw fit to recognize us for our outstanding campaign, and led by our employees. So they presented us with this nice plaque, and Mayor Jones, I'll leave this for you for safekeeping.
Good. Let's leave it there. It'd be great. And Evan, thank you. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of the City Council to say how proud we are of the city employees who stepped up, and to Mr. Garrity and your team for helping to facilitate this and make it happen. Certainly United Way depends on strong employee programs such as this, and to see the 60% increase in numbers of employees giving, it's amazing. And so we certainly greatly appreciate that. And Councilmember Burke and all other hands, Councilmember Adams, I think.
Mayor, members of the council, when we talk about what we do with the United Way, the city staff, also if you would add the number of hours that they volunteer, we give many, many dollars in that way also.
Councilmember Adams?
Yes. I'm very aware of the Spirit of North Carolina's award given by the United Way. The company I used to work for, Johnson Controls, we competed a few years ago. And to tell you, Mr. Raleigh and staff, it is no easy feat, because you have all of these United Way campaigns sending in the paperwork, and it's a lot to the process. It's much like a grant proposal, but to win it out of all of the cities and companies that can participate in this, that's just phenomenal. Now, Mr. Garrett, all you need to do now is go find us a dollar-for-dollar match person. Then we might make national. But if you could find us somebody that would give us something to match what our employees are giving towards the city of Winston-Salem, that would be great.
Thank you, Councilman Adams. Tonight's agenda of the City Council is comprised of two parts, the general agenda and the consent agenda. And it's always the practice of this council to take the consent agenda first. Items on this agenda have been unanimously recommended by a committee of our City Council or are being submitted in accordance with established city procedure. There will be no discussion of the items on this agenda unless a council member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered individually. Items not removed from the consent agenda will be enacted with one motion. We are televising this meeting live tonight on TV 13, and it will be replayed tomorrow at 9 a.m. and again Wednesday at 9 p.m. Of course, copies of our agenda as well as videos of our meetings are always available online at our city's website, www.cityofws.org, and just simply click on the Watch Meetings Online option. Council members, are there any items you wish to move from the consent agenda?
C3B.
All right, is there a motion on the balance?
So move.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. That's unanimous. Item C3B.
Item C3B, ordinance ordering the demolition and removal of a structure pursuant to Chapter 10, Article 5, Section 10-203F1 of the Code of the City of Winston-Salem. Repairs less than 50% of the value of the structure. Recommended by Community Development, Housing General Government Committee. The property owner is Stanley J. Garreau, Jr. The address is 66 West End Boulevard.
Councilmember McIntosh.
I wanted to highlight this and just pull it to talk about for a second. I got lots of public feedback on this. There's a very strong sense in the community that this building should not be torn down. We're kind of between a rock and a hard place, though. But I've reached out to the development community, also to the preservation community, and West End Neighborhood Association. So we're going to go tour the building, potentially have some volunteer efforts going on. So there's a strong push from the community to try to save this building, but it all comes down to the owner being reasonable about what the value of the property is. So I just wanted to highlight that for all the people that had contacted me during the week.
Okay. I get a motion for you.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion second to approve. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. That is unanimous. Thank you, Councilmember McIntosh. We'll now go back to the general agenda, which is comprised of the following items. We have a street closing petition, 2 annexation petitions, the public comment period. The street closing petition and the annexation petitions are public hearings, and when the public hearings are called, persons in the council chamber will be given an opportunity to speak. If no one wishes to speak, the public hearings will be closed and the council will consider the items. May we have the first item, please?
Item G1. Item G1, public hearing and resolution ordering the closing of an alley off of Broad Street in the Northwest Ward, petition of Tight Lines Partners, LLC. The Public Works Committee forwarded this item to council with 3 in favor, none opposed, and 1 abstaining.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in council chamber who wishes to be heard on this proposed street closing? Seeing no one, I declare the public hearing closed. I recognize Councilmember Bessie, Chairman of the Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of the committee, I move approval.
Second.
Motion second. Discussion. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. That's unanimous. Thank you. Item 2.
Item G2, consideration of items relating to a petition for annexation of 64.16 acres located west off of Meadowlark Drive, being part of Brookberry Farm Phase 4 in the West Ward. Petition of Brookberry Farm, LLC, Stafford Construction Company, LLC, Scott and Alexis Snow, Reese Pawa and Rashana Sharman, Nicole Taylor, Tom and Amy DeRoche, Douglas and Brandy Slater, Mark and Christina Barone, and Maury and Amy Brown, recommended by the Public Works Committee. A public hearing and ordinance extending the corporate limits of the City of Winston-Salem by annexing thereto certain contiguous territory.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone in council chamber who wishes to be heard on this petition? I see the petitioners here if there are any questions. All right, I'll declare the public hearing closed. And item B.
Item B, resolution amending official city map designating corporate limits and West Ward boundaries.
I recognize Councilmember Bessie.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. This appears to be a non-controversial voluntary annexation request. On behalf of the committee, I'll move approval.
Second.
Motion second to approve. All in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. That's unanimous. Welcome to the city. Again. Item 3.
Item G3, consideration of items relating to a petition for annexation of 2.2 acres located southwest of the intersection of Friedberg Church Road and Old Salisbury Road, being part of a development known as Castastra, LLC in the South Ward. Petition of Andres Theodore Kasakis and Theodore Andres Kasakis, recommended by the Public Works Committee. The petitioner has requested a continuance of this item to the April 6th City Council meeting.
I'd entertain a motion to continue this item to April 6th.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. We will continue that and hear it again on April the 6th. Item 4.
Item G4, public comment period.
This is a time once per month that City Council invites members of the public to speak to it on matters that are germane to city government. Individuals who would like to speak to the City Council and myself, please come forward and give your name and address for the record, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone in council chamber who wishes to be heard? Seeing no one, I'll close the public comment period. I would call the council's reminder that we do have a special committee of the whole meeting this coming Monday at 5 o'clock p.m. in the committee room. We'll have a full agenda there. Dinner will be provided, so we look forward to seeing you all then. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Motion second to adjourn. All in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. We are adjourned.